After a day off, your black and gold were in full swing today for their third and final week of training camp. Hi everybody, welcome into the afternoon wrap on NewOrleansSaints.com. I'm Caroline Gonzalez, joined by NewOrleansSaints.com senior writer John DeShazier. JD, I hear there was a certain spotlight on someone at practice today.
Yeah, well, I graced them again with my beautiful face, but mine was not the one that they were looking forward to seeing. Running back Alvin Kamara back on the practice field for the day. He looked springy, he looked fresh, he looked spry, he interacted with his teammates fairly well, so it was good to see one of the Saints' best offensive weapons back on the practice field.
Well, we were happy to see you out there, and Sean Payton was certainly happy to see AK back out there on the field.
No, look, it was good having him back out there. I thought he had a good practice today, and he's an important part of what we do. We're actively negotiating a contract with he and his agent, and we'll keep you posted if there's any progress.
It was a day full of smiling faces out there at the Ochsner Sports Performance Center, JD. I hear that Marcus Davenport was also back for the Saints. Did you ever get an idea of why he was out for the Saints?
Well, he's a little dinged up. He had an arm wrap on, and so obviously he's got an injury that he's dealing with. However, to get him back on that defensive line rotation adds to the Saints' depth. It should help effectiveness, and obviously you want him back on the field before the regular season opener.
No, listen, I think he's doing well. I think he's had a real good camp. So I don't think he's fallen behind. We backed off some reps probably a few days ago, just relative to a small injury, but nothing significant. Nothing that would certainly keep him from playing week one.
Well, it wasn't just players that were excited to be back at practice. Saints owner Gail Benson returned to the Ochsner Sports Performance Center after being diagnosed with COVID-19 earlier last week. She didn't show any symptoms, but she spent time at home, but was reunited with Sean Payton and the Saints back at practice.
Good. It was good to see her. She's feeling better. I know she was excited to finally be able to get out and be around our players, and she's feeling good. And yeah, obviously, anytime someone's gone through it, you love to see them back and in good health and good spirits. And I would describe our visit that way. It was great seeing her.
Hear that the Saints are planning to go downtown, closer to us, in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
Yeah, the Saints wanted to have two practices in the Superdome. Tomorrow, Thursday, will be another practice in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This one might be a little bit more physical than the previous one. However, they want to get acclimated to the surface. They want to get acclimated to the surroundings. They know they'll probably be playing the first regular season game without fans. So all of those things they can get a bit more accustomed to in the Superdome.
Well, hear from Sean Payton on his thoughts ahead of practice inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
We're going to try to get a lot of move the ball periods in. One of the things that I think is going to be important for every team in this league week one is the substitutions. It's not uncommon in the preseason where periodically you're missing a guy or you have 12 on the field. All of those mistakes, really have to be eliminated. And even today, we went through a few different periods where we were in and out, on and off with different personnel groups. So tomorrow's goal is to get a lot of move the ball in. It won't be a completely live scrimmage, but it will be full go. And yeah, we'll meet on that today and kind of go through the different roles and the different substitutions.
JD, as we mentioned earlier in the show, a smiling face, maybe with a grill on it, and Alvin Kamara was back for the Saints today. Who else was back for the Saints?
I'll tell you what, we had so much happening today, I'm going to need my notepad for it, okay? So Drew Brees didn't practice today. He had on a baseball cap but didn't participate in practice. Cesar Ruiz, the rookie offensive lineman, again did not practice. Teron Armstead, left tackle, did not practice. Guys who returned included Malcolm Jenkins, the safety. We also saw Latavius Murray and Chase Hansen. Both of those guys had on red jerseys, non-contact jerseys, even though it was a non-contact practice, but that was just to make sure that their teammates knew to pretty much kind of hands off with them. And so that pretty much encompasses all of the guys who were or were not on the field at practice today.
Well, we're 11 days out from the first game inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, so we'll certainly continue to keep an eye on those players for the New Orleans Saints.